Well, greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Capitol Theater. My name is Lee Watson. I'm a member of the board, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning on this exciting day to talk about the new season launch that's coming up for the Windsor Symphony Orchestra for the 2024-2025 season. Our music director, Robert Franz, has put together a season of programming that is exhilarating, passionate, powerful, and entertaining. In a moment, Robert will be sharing with us what's coming up for the next season from an artistic view. On behalf of the Windsor Symphony Orchestra Board of Directors, I can tell you that we are excited, truly excited, about this year ahead. We're proud of our orchestra and the amazing things our organization does to bring live music to the people of the Windsor, Essex County each year. The Windsor Symphony Board also wants to thank and acknowledge our donors, our sponsors, and volunteers who make our season a reality, especially the Teppermans, Toldos, Morris Beverly Baker Foundation, and Border City Living. Without all of you, we would not be able to do what we do each and every year, so thank you. Sharing music through our education and outreach initiatives is a key priority for the Windsor Symphony Orchestra. With an ongoing partnership with both school boards, the WSO will be performing in more than 30 schools this coming season. The WSO is proud and honored to have a solid community partnership with the University of Windsor, St. Clair College, WIF, AW, local businesses, Maiden Lane, Border City Living, Terracotta Pizzeria, and many other organizations throughout Windsor and Essex County. Our relationships with the Windsor and Essex County are so important to our mission, and we also appreciate very much the municipality of Leamington, the town of Amherstburg, and the town of Tecumseh for their continued support of our new season. A special thank you to the City of Windsor as well for its support and belief in our orchestra. The city has been a huge cheerleader for the Windsor Symphony Orchestra, and we are so proud of that partnership. I invite you all to join us to experience the magic of the Windsor Symphony, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the coming season. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you our maestro and our music director, Robert Franz.
Thank you. Thank you and hello, everyone. So I am so excited to be here today with you all to share with you the 2024-2025 season. This is a process that typically takes us about a year. So next week we begin programming the 25-26 season, but this has been a one-year labor of love, and it is a season that is literally chock full of music for everyone. Diversity was key to us, and being able to create events and concerts that would reach every aspect of our community. We begin with our Masterwork series, our Tepperman Masterwork series, and we open the season this fall in September with a real superstar, with Blake Pouliot, violinist. He's the winner of the grand prize in 2016 Montreal Symphony Manulife competition. He is an extraordinary virtuoso, and he'll be performing Mendelssohn's Effervescent Violin Concerto. Also on that program will be a work that features your Windsor Symphony Orchestra, Bela Bartok's Concerto for Orchestra, in which every section of the orchestra acts as a soloist in the course of 40 minutes. It's an extraordinary tour de force and is a real statement about the quality and the musicianship of our orchestra. Our second concert in November features a pipa player. Imagine sort of a Chinese lute. Her name is Cheng-Lu Wu, and she is the founder of the North American Youth Chinese Orchestra. And you may have seen her because she was actually featured in Isaac Stern's Oscar-winning documentary, From Mao to Mozart. She's performing a work called the Killian Rhapsody. It is literally one of the most beautiful pieces you could possibly imagine, and she will perform that with us in November, along with Beethoven's Seventh Symphony, the apotheosis to the dance. In January, we go full-on opera. We are performing Gluck's opera, Orfeo. And I'm really thrilled today that two of our three soloists are here. Brianna DeSantis, as well as Aaron Armstrong, who will be playing the lead role of Orfeo. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, but Aaron's a woman, and Orfeo sounds like a man's role. As is typical in opera, this role is sung by a woman in what we call a pants role. And this will be, I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're teaming up with the folks at St. Clair College. Kristen Wilansky is directing it, and the students of St. Clair College are going to be creating modern dance in this steampunk version of Gluck's 18th century masterpiece, Orfeo. In March, we perform a concert that is really particularly diverse. It starts off with Hungarian composer Zoltán Kodály, his dances of Marashek, but then we perform a work by the Canadian composer Jocelyn Morlock. Jocelyn passed away way too young, just a couple of years ago. Her music is extraordinary, and we're thrilled to be able to bring it to our stage. She actually won the Juno Award for another piece, but she's a Juno Award-winning composer. Featured in this work, Lucid Dreams, will be Tommy Mesa, a Cuban-American cellist who will perform this cello concerto with the Windsor Symphony. Finally, we end the concert season with an all-Tchaikovsky program. His second symphony, subtitled the Ukrainian Symphony, as well as his first piano concerto, the one that everyone knows, performed by Philip Chu, a pianist who's a collaborator with Jonathan Crow, concertmaster of the Toronto Symphony, as well as recording artists on many of the major labels. So real virtuosos coming next year to join us for our Masterwork season. So I want to give you a little taste of what that's going to be like, and we've got a little performance prepared for you of the slow movement of the Symphony No. 7 by Beethoven. You may recognize this as being movie music, but I promise you that when Beethoven wrote it, he did not have an English patient or anyone else in mind when he composed it. So next up, we have a series that is near and dear to our hearts, partly because the shell is taken down, we really sort of become informal, and partly because we always have a bar in the wings for these concerts. This is our Onstage and Cafe series, and these have been so popular this year, so incredibly popular. How popular, you might ask, that we are adding a fifth set of these. So next year we'll be performing 5 sets of our Onstage and Cafe concerts. If you've not, thank you very much. If you've not been to one of these, let me explain. As I mentioned, the shell goes away, the orchestra sits in the center, and 100 people sit at bistro tables surrounding us in what is sort of a chance to lift up the hood, see how the engine works on the music, talk about the music, ask questions of us, we ask questions of you. It's a very informal, interactive way to experience classical music. We do these on Thursday nights at 7:30. Those are the ones with the bars and the wings. And then, of course, 11 a.m. on Friday morning, the bar gets turned into a coffee bar. Although if you bring your Baileys, nobody's going to check at the door. Just saying. For the cafe concerts on Friday morning. These programs are incredibly diverse and really sort of represent music from all sorts of genres, all sorts of time periods as we go. So the first concert that we will start in September will actually feature an orchestra suite by Bach, as well as 2 pieces by living composers who wrote music for Baroque ensembles. Damian Jeter, an African-American composer from Portland, Oregon, wrote a piece called Baroque, and it is really fun. And then Marian Mozetič, Canadian composer, wrote his work Steps to Ecstasy for Tafelmusik in Toronto, and so we'll be presenting that here. Our second Onstage Cafe series concert will feature works that are or are inspired by waltzes. So we'll have 2 Strauss waltzes, the Emperor Waltz and Blue Danube, and then a work by the Austrian composer Robert Fuchs that was inspired by Johann Strauss waltzes. In February, we celebrate Black History Month with 2 composers of color, Adolphus Hailstork and Samuel Coleridge Taylor. In March, we change it up just a little bit with a Schubert symphony, one of the earlier, Symphony No. 6, as well as a piece by Canadian composer John Burge, his Port Milford suite. And we finish the Onstage series and Cafe concert series with 2 works by Mozart. An early symphony is Symphony No. 16, but his Symphonie Concertante for winds. This is a concerto for 4 soloists: oboe, clarinet, bassoon, and French horn. Those will be our 4 principals from the Windsor Symphony. But the way they're going to be set up is standing at the 4 corners of the orchestra, so that when you are sitting and watching this concerto, you will see face on 3 of the soloists, depending on where you're sitting. But they will be surround sound surrounding the orchestra for this performance. Honestly, I'm not sure that the work has ever been performed like that. So this could be like the world premiere of this version of that right here in Windsor. So just to give you a little taste of what we do on stage, we're going to perform for you now a movement from the Bach suite that is going to appear on the first concert. It's the 4-lane. It's a dance. It's a mating dance, really. It's a mating ritual dance. It's very fun, frivolous. It's Italian in nature. In fact, Venice is where this sort of became popular, but it has sort of Slavic background to it. So it's very folksy and earthy, and just, I don't know, it just gets the blood boiling, my friends. Here we go. This is the 4-lane from the Orchestral Suite No. 1 by Bach. In addition to those 2 main series on our stage, each year we perform Handel's Messiah. Typically, we've done it 3 times, but these, since we've come out of the pandemic together, have become more and more popular, and so we're adding a 4th this year. So you will hear Messiah Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. You can come to all 4 if you're really needing your Messiah fix for the year. This year it will feature the Windsor Classic Chorale, as well as soprano Chelsea Van Pelt and baritone Corin Thomas Smith. Corin, incredible soloist who joined us for a concert in Amherstburg at the Black History Museum this past February. Immediately, we all fell in love with him as an artist and as a person, and so invited him back to be in our Messiah this year. For those of you who are the rock fans and you know who you are, Genes and Classics is coming back, and in January we'll perform the music of ABBA. And so bring your bell-bottoms and your polyester, because we're going full-on ABBA. For the Toldo Pops, I'm actually going to start my sharing with you with the second one, which is in November. A couple of years ago now, the season before last, I believe it was, or maybe it was last season, Daniel Bartholomew Poyser, conductor, came to Windsor to conduct on a Masterworks concert. We all just became enamored by him. He's such a talented, gregarious guy, incredible musician, and really just has so much to say. And he recently put together a Pops program that features Bhangra dancers. And so if you would sort of imagine Bollywood meeting Windsor, you will have the feel and the essence of that Pops concert in November. In December, we do our annual holiday Pops. And I have to tell you that I know, just like you can't really pick your favorite child, you really shouldn't, I shouldn't pick my favorite concert, but I love the holiday Pops, and I love it so much because of you all. The thing is that for me, celebrating the holidays is about us being able to celebrate some of the greatest Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and holiday music written, and to be able to share that with audiences who are so open and warm to it is really fun. So the Windsor Symphony Orchestra Chorus will be joining us, and we will have a visit from the man up north. He does tend to make an appearance at that concert. In February, we're doing something a little bit different than we've done before, and that is we are performing a Broadway Pops, which we do, but we're doing it with a group called the Broadway Bunch, which is made up of Sarah Fontaine and Caitlin Carnes, who are both here today. Welcome, the 2 of you, as well as Justin Raisbeck. And the University of Windsor Chorus will join us on stage. We'll be performing music from The Little Mermaid, Wicked, Les Mis, Mary Poppins, on and on and on. Jekyll and Hyde, Into the Woods, it's all there. So it's a little bit of something for everyone, and I think it's going to be a total blast. Ending our pop season next year will be the singer Sarah Slean, and she'll be coming in to sing the music of Joni Mitchell. And she's going to be singing songs from Joni Mitchell's 2 albums, Travelogue and Both Sides Now. So again, keep those bell bottoms handy, get the polyester out, and you'll have 2 opportunities to wear that next year. Finally, and first in the season, we're doing something a little bit different next year. Typically, we open up our pop season in September, but this next season, we're gonna open it in October. And we did that intentionally because we wanted to be bumped right up against WIF, the Windsor International Film Festival, because the next season, the fall of 2024, is the 20th anniversary of WIF. They have been incredible community partners. Heck, they're incredible building partners. I mean, they're right there on the corner. And so we wanted to celebrate them. So we are doing a Golden Age of Film concert that will feature music from things like Lawrence of Arabia, Casablanca, High Noon, Magnificent Seven, Seahawk and Captain Blood, which are Errol Flynn swashbuckling movies, and of course, Gone with the Wind. All of those will happen. But in addition to that, we're going to be showing a 20-minute short, a Buster Keaton silent film called 1 Week. Why, you might ask, are we performing 1 week on this concert? Because that is one of the 2 movies that was shown in this theater in December of 1920 at its opening night. And so we can't help celebrating ourselves just a little, but it also seems totally appropriate to celebrate a movie that happened here in a movie house to celebrate the 20th anniversary of WIF. So we finish our performance for you of a little bit of music from the golden age of film that I think that you will recognize and appreciate.
Well, wowza, that was amazing. Great information as always. Robert, thank you. We are so looking forward to the new season. We still have a couple concerts left for this year, so don't forget about those, but next season sounds dynamic. So let's hear it one more time for Robert and your Windsor Symphony Orchestra. Thank you all. So this concludes our formal presentation. We still have a couple of minutes, and I was just wondering if anybody had any questions, some burning questions for Robert before the new season begins, or maybe on this season right now? Everything is crystal clear for everybody. Okay, great. So thank you again so much for coming. Subscribers, I see some of you in the audience. So season ticket holders, your renewals are open today. So you can get all your tickets and everything for today. Ellie and Lauren will be in the lobby on your way out, so make sure to see them. And we're looking forward to the next year. So thank you everybody for coming. We appreciate it.